Okay guys, hey, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching. I'm going to do a cutting video, wax cutting video. I did just do one before, so my work area is a little messy. I didn't like clean up in between. I'm pretty much just going to keep cutting stuff and talking to you guys. I will explain a little bit like what I'm doing, but I don't want to overkill it because I definitely talked about that a lot in the first one. So if you're interested in how I cut stuff, you know, stuff like that, check out the first one. I will make sure I put that one up first. I might not necessarily put them up like same day or right after each other, but I do cut with fishing line. I saw a lot of people talking about it. The fishing line I use is one that T Brown from Wax Chat recommended, and it works really well for me. I did used to do microwave and a crinkle cutter, but it just doesn't work for me the way that I like to cut. So if you want to know more about that, check out the first half. But anyways, this is Hello Pineapple Sweetness. This last one I did try to save the top, but I think this one is bigger. So I'm just going to chop this up and be done with it. Ugh, these are really thick though. This last one like this I had a hard time cutting it. Wax is definitely on the hard side. Oh, I should have let my dog in before I started this. She's like freaking out. She wants to see like a squirrel or a cat. Okay. So I'm just going to do these in 4 pieces. This is probably not over 4 ounces, so I try to aim for like half an ounce. I used to weigh everything and try to get everything half an ounce, but I think I'm better at eyeballing anymore. So I just kind of eyeball it. I'm like, that looks fine. So if it's, you know, anywhere between half an ounce to an ounce, I'm happy with that. Yeah, I'm not as particular as I was at some point. About how much stuff, and you know, if I end up cutting stuff too small, that's better, because I can always put it in 2 pieces as opposed to, you know, having to chop up again, which is just not going to happen. So I did say in the first part, in between doing this, it did make a little bit of a mess, but not a whole ton. It really also depends on the vendor and how fresh my fishing line is. It does make a difference. I've been cutting for a while, but it doesn't make a whole ton of mess. I usually do in between though. I usually wipe my hand with a baby wipe. Gosh, I wonder how much these weigh. I was tempted to see if I can slice one of these. I'll probably try this one first. I think this one's cuter. Like did I say this one's whole pineapple bayberry? It's like the same one as the other one, which is smaller, which is cute. But I'm still thinking I might be able to cut it this way and keep the snowflake cuteness, but have it be less wax to melt. But what I'm doing right now, this would be almost impossible with a regular cutter. It actually would probably be kind of dangerous. You guys probably can't see it, but I'm like, oh, yeah. See, with hard wax, I'm trying to do that sometimes. It doesn't work, so I just snapped that line. It's not really surprising. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep this one whole because it's really cute. And it's probably close to an ounce. Might be a little bit more. This one I'm just going to chop normal, like in half. So, right now I am going to switch this line. I just try to cut it out as much as I can. And I get like a thing with like a divot in it, and it helps. This is like an old knife set that we had. And I have since claimed this as like a wax knife. So I'm not gonna like, I'm sure it would be fine. You wash it really good, put it through the dishwasher. I'm sure it's absolutely fine, but this just kind of stays with my wax stuff now. But this is definitely, you know, popping a line like that and having to switch these pretty often is definitely the most annoying part of doing the fishing line method, but I still think it outweighs having to microwave everything and do the crazy butter. Okay. So I probably overdo the fishing line, but it's just easier, and I can always like fold it over the knife more times. But you definitely need, you know, more fishing line if you're going to be cutting a loaf versus not. And I think I'm probably going to do that snowflake, and then I'm going to cut up this super tart pan of bacon bake. I hauled it recently in a D-stash haul. And I did just actually get a band bag of bacon bake, but I know this pan is older, so, and I finished my clamshell, so I'm definitely going to cut up this pan first. You know, I like how cute it is. Does it make me sad sometimes to cut up cute stuff? Yeah, it does. But, you know, at the end of the day, I have to remind myself, you know, I bought this stuff to melt it, so I can't just hold on to it because it's cute, right? I have to melt it. And it is better for me to melt stuff in, like, the order that it was poured, you know, date-wise, so that stuff won't go bad on me, than it is to, like, hold something because it's cute versus, like, melting the same thing that's newer because it's less cute. Like, that just, it doesn't make logical sense. And I know there's people who, you know, don't do that, and I don't judge, but just for me, I think it's the best plan for me, and it's better for me to not hold on to stuff like that just because I like it, right? I like looking at it. Always look at a picture, right? That doesn't usually work for me, but it's good solid advice, right? But, so I'm going to cut up that bacon bake pan after this, and it'll be a fairly fresh line. So I'm just going to cut this one in. I think I'm going to do it in 4. I'm just going to do it in half. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do it in 4s. As I said earlier, I'd rather cut stuff too much and then put it in 2 pieces. I think this would be okay for, like, a regular room, but if I wanted to do this one in my bathroom, burgers would be better. Okay. So, I was kind of babbling the first one a lot, and, you know, I have a lot going on right now, and, I think I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about. So I apologize if this isn't like the most exciting video ever, like me just trying to babble about random stuff, but yeah, so here's the bacon bake pan. Loaves and pans are definitely, you know, I think they're a little harder to do with the fishing line method. You have to make sure you have a, like, harder than doing like a regular, like a small piece or like a snapshot. You have to make sure your fishing line's long enough. I think this one is just neat enough. And it definitely, the thicker the wax is, the harder I find it is to cut, and easier it is to sort of break it, the fishing line. So sometimes I try to cut off stuff off the top, like to keep it if it's cute, but I don't think it's going to work well with this one, so I'm just going to chop it up. So usually the first one's the hardest, but I just try to get like a small amount, like in the fishing line. You can see that? And then just start pulling across. And I definitely think it's best with the loaves, especially if you can kind of also hold on to the wax. Kind of give it some pressure in the opposite direction. Okay. So this one is actually cutting pretty good. Now, Barrett loaves. I tried to cut a Barrett. See, and that's a brand new fishing line, so it looks really nice, that cut. Probably by the end you'll see it won't as nice. But I'm going to cut all of them this way first before I cut them into individual chunks. So, I tried to cut a Barrett loaf. I had one in, gosh, I think it was vanilla marshmallow. I tried to cut it with fishing line, and it was like, the first cut, it was just like my fishing line broke, and it was new fishing line. His wax is so hard. It's extremely hard. It's not a bad thing, and his wax feels really good. So, at the end of the day, that's what matters, right? Having good smelling wax. But I will not be trying to cut any Barrett wax that way. Definitely save the Barrett wax for, you know, doing it in my microwave. So, and I do have some stuff to cut up. So, you know, because I don't do it that way, it's probably, you know, take me even longer to get that stuff cut up. Because I just really haven't been doing the microwave method anymore. I used to, but it's just such a pain, like carrying. Oh, shoot. Okay. Not bad. I snapped it off. This one snapped off at the end, so I might just try and tie this on again. Oh, probably better if I switch the whole thing. Okay. Hang on, guys. I guess I gotta get some of this wax in my hands. Okay. So, I just switched those two. That stinks. You know, I'm just gonna take this whole thing off. I'm gonna pause you guys because this is gonna be really boring because I just did this. I don't think I can babble for that long again. Okay. Alright, so I got that situated. I actually should probably cut these tails a little bit. Kind of long, but as I was saying at the beginning of this, this one is actually, this Super Tarts one is not that bad. I definitely should have been holding the loaf a little better, but I was kind of talking and not paying that much attention, which is definitely not a good plan. So, and I'm going to roll this up some so I don't have as much slack. I think that helps too. So I'm going to try and go back in and cut. And then I really got to hold on to this loaf, which is what I was not doing. And then I'm just rolling it up a bit, so I think the less slack you have, the easier. I think it just has less room for it to go wobbly and start breaking. So, you can like see a less. Did you guys see that? The fishing line I lost in there? I don't know if it's actually focusing. Anyways, it's funny, I can see the fishing line where it snapped. Yeah, that's funny. Okay. Yeah, so anyways, I really love this bake and bake, and I didn't think I would originally, and I kind of avoided it for a while because it had zucchini bread. And when I first got into wax, I got a sample from a certain vendor who I love her wax, but for whatever reason, her plain zucchini bread, I smelled it on cold, and it smelled like just straight up like broccoli to me, and I was horrified. So after that, I really avoided zucchini bread. This Super Tarts pan is definitely crumbling more than some stuff that I cut this way, but a lot better than if you were just trying to cut this without microwaving it with like a regular cutter. But anyways, I mean, they're still making really nice smooth cuts, but it's not, it is definitely flaking some. That might be all the stuff on top too, but anyways, so I was really terrified for zucchini bread for a while. And then I got some VCS stuff that had zucchini bread, pretty much because they were in like mystery boxes and I didn't really have much choice in the matter. And then I was like, huh, it's not too bad. I was like, maybe zucchini bread is okay. Or, you know, but I also heard a lot of people say like, Herbie has the best zucchini bread, or, you know, things like that. So I was like, well, maybe it's just she has like a different zucchini bread. So, you know, I started being willing to branch out and try some zucchini bread stuff and then blends, and I realized I haven't found another one like that first one. It was so bad. And I do believe I got rid of that sample, so I can't even go back and smell it and just see if my nose has changed that much. But I have a feeling it's just that vendor has like a really strange zucchini bread. I still wouldn't ever like probably buy zucchini bread on its own because I'd be terrified again. It's going to be that like broccoli scent. But so now I'm going to start cutting these down into pieces. I'm probably going to cut these in like thirds or so, maybe fourths with a thicker piece. Oh shoot, seriously, I'm not having a good luck, guys. I don't know if it's because I'm talking to you guys, but I didn't tie this very good and it's starting to slip. Anyway, so I got a clamshell of this one and I was really impressed with it, and then after I did that I bought a bam bag of it in a pre-order because it's not the easiest one to get, and so I did that. And then during that time a friend of mine got this loaf in like a gift exchange, and it really wasn't her scent, and she really didn't care for it, and it's like a whole loaf, you know, it's a lot of wax. And I think she also didn't want to offend the person that, you know, gave it to her, and actually most of the stuff she got in that she really didn't like. So, and so this one, it did come apart in some pieces, but I think sometimes, like, the wax just not fused very well, like, in different layers, and I do different colors. I do think sometimes if you melt stuff enough and cut it then, it's not going to do that, but, you know, it's probably not going to happen from a microwave, but you never know, like, what the heat point is for stuff where it starts maybe losing some scent, so, you know, I mean, I think if you can avoid heating stuff up that's made to be heated, I think that's not a bad thing. So, you know, like, that one did cut up into some pieces, but I've seen other people do that, like, say that as well about Super Tarts ones. They kind of fall apart some when you're cutting them. But that's okay, because I, you know, just grab stuff, and not everything has to be, like, beautiful when you melt it. But anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy that fake Big Loaf from you. And I bought some other stuff from her at the same time. But, yeah, if you guys know, though, I don't know how old this loaf actually is. You know, Brandy doesn't, you know, really repeat loaves a lot, so I'm sure someone out there knows when this was, you know, done. I think I vaguely remember her doing these maybe, like, in spring, but I'm not 100% sure, and it would be nice to know, like, a time. I know that my friend got it in the summer, but, you know, a lot of the stuff that this person got her for this exchange, it didn't really seem like it was purchased for her, so it's quite possible that person had it for a while, but I don't really know. Probably spring. It was, poured, but if you guys remember, I could probably search the Super Tarts group, but if any of you guys got a Fake and Bake Super Pan recently, and you know when she, like, what month she poured them, I definitely let me know. Okay. This is actually the first Super Pan I've cut up. I have a bunch of Super Pans, and, you know, I definitely have been preferring doing my clamshells first, and I think it's just because you're like, oh, they're so cute, I don't want to, you know, cut them up, but I don't have any other clamshells of Fake and Bake, and I think it's dumb to melt a brand new, you know, band bag when I have this Super Pan that I know is at least, like, probably 6 months old, so it just doesn't make sense. So anyways, so that's what I'm doing. And I have a pan of mouse ears and a pan of Just Breathe that I got when I first got into Super Tarts over the last winter, and I have yet to cut those, and those are probably, you know, they're going to be a year in a couple months, so I really need to get on those and melt them. At first, it was leftovers from then, so it was probably did that in winter, but at that same time, I got a mouse ears BAM and a Super Pan. First time trying it. So I'm still been working on that Super Pan, or the BAM bag, so I haven't bothered cutting up the mouse ears Super Pan, but I do like mouse ears, and I did actually just order another Super Pan of mouse ears, because, you know, it's just so hard to get, and, you know, I know we're not, like, anywhere near summer soon, but it'll be summer before you know it, and I think it'll be really good summer and spring melt. But, and I want to be able to melt it without feeling like I'm going to run out of it. And lemon is one of my favorite scents. And while I do really like, you know, Super Tarts mouse ears, I don't even think it's my favorite of her, like, lemon scents. Like, I really love Lemon Grab, which is, like, lemon curd and sugar crystals and something else. And I think I would probably love mouse ears more if it was, like, lemon curd and lollipops. I think I just always wish, like, the lemon was a little more tart. So, Here is that bag. It is a really full bag. And most of it stayed in one piece, but some of it did split, like on the color loaves. I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you guys have this problem, but you know, when I touch stuff too much, it's like the bags get really grody really fast. But it's going to be a little wobbly. But this is pretty much all the mess from the pan. It's not crazy, but it is a decent amount. But you know, if I had warmed it up and done like a crinkle cutter, probably would have been no mess. But you know, I just prefer this cutting method personally. But that's just me. You guys have to let me know how you cut stuff. I don't know anyone else that really likes fishing line. Probably me breaking multiple lines is not showing it any good favors, but yeah, it works well for me most of the time. So I think I'm actually going to dump some of this in the trash before I cut anything else up, because it's kind of a lot. Okay. So, oh, let's see. I got some little stuff left here. I do have more stuff to cut, but this is what I kind of grabbed in my first bucket. So this one is the Bunny Sisters Elf Sweat. As I said in the first video, I'm mostly trying to cut up winter stuff. Like that bake and bake is not what I'd consider like winter. I mean, it's like fall bakery, but I think that kind of stuff can easily go in, well, like all year. But I think bakery stuff goes well in. I lost my cutter there for a second. Goodness, I'm losing my mind. I think you can easily go in winter as well. So, anyways. So that's why I cut it up. Plus, I want to start using some of it, because I have a ton of Super Tarts, bake and bake now. So these roses, I'm going to cut into fourths. Yeah, and this is definitely slipping. I was having trouble with it on that loaf. I probably should really just redo it, but I just did that. I'm having not great luck tonight, but it's also probably because I'm trying to do it fast. Talking to you guys, or making sure my video doesn't turn off. But I've had these roses before from, let's see, I'm pretty sure Zape does these ones, and Wax Workshop definitely does them, and probably some other people, but I believe they're about 2-3 ounces, so quarters pretty good. I did actually mean to maybe bring my scale down here if I was talking about stuff, but I used to weigh like everything before I cut it, and I don't do that anymore. I just eyeball it now, and most of the time I'm pretty good at, you know, doing decent enough size. So, Bunny Sisters, Griswold's Family Christmas. I just did haul these ones recently. This is like a little mini loaf. But these Christmas ones I definitely want to get cut up, because if it's not cut up, I will not melt it. And if you guys watched my December melt baskets, you'll probably think I'm crazy, but you know, like I keep looking at my melt basket, I feel like I don't really have that much variety right now. And I'm just, you know, like I feel like I don't have that much, but of different stuff. But a lot of it's down here. I said I was going to cut it, and I wanted to do the cutting video, which is probably not my best thing. I should just go back to doing it as I'm doing stuff. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see any more of these. I know that right now, I think this one I'm not talking a whole lot. Oh, shoot. I broke one again. I knew it was going to happen because I was slipping. It's like a precursor warning. So, I don't think I'm the most talkative or talking about stuff that actually makes sense. And I don't always do so well trying to talk while I'm doing stuff sometimes. That's when I definitely start getting like really bad mommy brain. And I'm like, what? And like don't know how to say words. So Now, I got a lot of fishing line to get off of here, and I think that's probably part of my problem because I didn't take it all off the last time or two. So, I definitely, if you're doing one where it's like you're trying to do a divot, I think you're better off trying to get it all out, as then it has more place to sit, so I think that's why it was moving a lot on me. And I probably should just turn the video off to do this, but whatever. But yeah, you guys have to let me know if you actually want to see more of these, because I know this might be really boring. I did have someone ask for it, so, you know, if you guys like watching this and listening to me babble about absolutely nothing, let me know. You know, we're coming up on 25 minutes, so I think I'm going to pause this and put this on, because I don't, you know, actually show something, huh? Okay. Alright, so I got that line on there. It's only something I can show you, but I think I'm not the fastest at cutting or at tying this stuff. So I don't think it's the most interesting thing in the world. And I think it's harder for me to talk while I'm doing that, as opposed to when I'm actually cutting. Oh goodness, I really suck at tying tonight. I'm gonna do this first cut and start slipping. Shoot. Well, I'm almost out of wax, so I'm about at 30 minutes, so I've done about 2 hours of this, so that's probably more than enough of you guys. You guys probably don't even want to hear me babble that long, so, about nothing. I'm definitely better at babbling when it's, like, about, like, certain hauls, because it's, like, when I'm talking about the haul, but, unless I have something to say about that wax, and most of the stuff I haven't melted, so I'm like, I don't know. I am excited to try this Bunny Sisters wax. I hear good stuff about them. They're not a vendor I hear a whole ton about, though. You know, I mostly see stuff like from their Instagram. Avalon on YouTube definitely talks about them. But other than that, I don't really see a whole ton about them. They definitely have really cute stuff, and the bunnies is cute, and they always take really cute Instagram pictures and post them. Which, you know, end of the day, wax matters, but I'm a sucker for cute marketing and cute stuff like that and cute photos, so can never hurt. And this is definitely a good one. Yeah, but I definitely want to get some of this stuff up there so I can start melting it. And I'm going to leave in a couple days, so I want to figure out, like, what's a reasonable amount of wax to take. I don't want to take too much because I'm going to be going and getting some stuff from my parents' home and taking stuff back with me. So I do want to keep what I'm taking under control because I will be taking stuff back. But I'm definitely going to take some wax. So Villainous, classic Christmas movies. This is Do You Believe? I did haul these, I think maybe towards the end of November. It's been a little bit, so this one has a cute Christmas tree on top, so I'm going to try and save this. So I'm going to try and cut kind of the wrong way. On these circle ones, it's harder than on the oval ones because they kind of taper, and I think that kind of makes it line a little bit. There we go. So I did manage to do that. This, like, the bottom one never looks pretty when I do that, but the top does, and really, that's all I end up caring about, because then I can do a really cute picture for, like, Instagram. Not the end of the world, but it definitely makes me feel better about, like, I hate, like, having to cut stuff like that, and I really don't want to melt a whole scent shot like that. I do think a whole scent shot is doable in the candle layer, but you can't take cute pictures in that anyways. So this is Sugar and Spice Gourmet Soy Candles, Blue Ribbon Ghost Munch Cookies. This one probably some people are like, well, that's like a fall scent, but you know, I bought her stuff mid-fall, like September, October, and then I didn't really, you know, it took me a while to haul it, and I never cut any, so I definitely pulled out, her wax nice is like a nice consistency. I haven't cut any yet, so this is the first time cutting it. But it's not so soft that it's like greasy and smushy, but it's not so hard that it's hard to cut, which I definitely appreciate. So I'm definitely cutting her stuff into thirds. I've heard her stuff, sometimes you only have to do a fourth, or I meant to say fourth. But this is better for my candle layer. the smaller pieces. Yeah. But I thought some of these bakery stuff would be good for winter. So this one is another, let's see, sorry, I can't really see the camera when I'm doing this. I'm like to the side. So this is another sugar and spice. This is sweet lavender pink peppermint. This is a bedtime scent that I could do all year round, but I put in anything in here that was like winter, or all of my lavender bedtime pink sugar type stuff. That stuff all goes upstairs in my bedroom, and you know, might as well pre-cut it when I'm here. So as I take this stuff upstairs, and it's, you know, I grab stuff that's already ready. I don't grab stuff that I need to cut, especially at nighttime. See how we're doing on video time. Yeah, we're at 30 minutes, so I'm going to call it here, and I literally just have these last two scent shots I'm going to cut, like not on video, because if I don't cut it now, it's going to cut me off soon. So anyways, that is it, guys. If you want to see more of these wax cutting videos, let me know. It's something I can definitely do, but I'm not sure that people really like watching them or not. So let me know what you guys think. I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.